Question 1372. Ignoring all financial considerations, and I'm going to say ignoring the pandemic as well, would you rather spend the next 5 years confined to an urban mecca like New York City, or a beautiful isolated town on the Californian coast?
Isolated, whatever. Just the word isolated was enough there. Besides, I know I've never been. I've got to admit, I know I've never been there. If New York's anything like fucking London, I think I could tolerate it for 2 days before I went fucking insane.
Depends. Is in this part of California on fire currently?
No.
Okay.
But it is isolated, so it's a possibility.
I would rather be in a city because of like being queer. That's more likely to be people are accepting of that. Like, yeah. So I'd rather be in a big city.
Yeah, I'm a city mouse. Plus, I've been to New York and it's awesome.
Why does it have to be some isolated town on the coast of California? That's a little biased. What about the coast of Maine?
Cold.
It's still better.
So
I'm willing to bet it's still better than New York City.
I'm sure it would be too. But why do we have to go all the way out to stinking California for?
I think I'd.
Why not?
I think I'd probably even sooner live in the south of the United States than live in New York.
That's a bit of a stretch, bro.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Bit of stretch.
If you want to live in the South, Jeff, you need to live in a big city because you have too long of hair. Like if you go out to the county with hair that long, you will get your ass beat. I'm just letting you know.
Just remember the delivery.
Right.
They'll throw you in prison, and the guy will call you Ben. Bend over.
I had no problems to where the last time I went there. It was,
Jeff,
just a little north of you where you are, Julie. So
maybe
Jeff, just remember,
my ex had long hair, and he used to get like just randomly body checked, like shoulder checked by people and shit.
Oh, wow. Anything north of where Julie is barely qualifies as the South. Everything.
Oh, no,
just remember the deliverance.
Watch out.
They're pretty fucking backwards in Kentucky.
I like Seraphim's answer.
Yeah, but you can be a Kentucky hillbilly and have long hair. That's fine.
Yeah. That's mostly for who you married. Yes.
Further south, it gets anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm stereotyping and overgeneralizing my own people at this point, which is just sad. Can we move on?
Hey y'all, how you doing?
I like Seraphim's answer, which is New York because it's easier to stay at home.
They still support Trump. It's not that far of a stretch, Julie.
No.
I mean, The Deliverance was more than just a movie. I'll put it that way and end it at that.
Doorknob Head says, isolate my ass because Taco Bell. Never Again says, don't be a bigot, folks. Long-haired folks haven't been beaten up for long hair in decades.
You know, actually, Deliverance was really a mark.
I can dispute that.
A real mark in society, in the progress of society, but not in the way they thought back then. Back then, Deliverance was heralded by a lot of people in the gay community because it had a scene in it where there was anal sex, even though it was rape. It was still like, look at this, it's progress. And, and to think now that we look back and say, progress? What? It's just a very interesting social marker.
Doc says, I choose New York, definitely easier to web swing around. Are you really Spider-Man? Chad says, I want to build my own yurt, chill in the woods with Wi-Fi somehow. You should meet Sandy.
Just find one of those eagle nest trees.
I'm going with California for obvious reasons.
Because Will's moving to Australia and he needs to get as far away as possible?
No, because then he wouldn't have to move to Australia if I was confined to California for a few years.
Go on, Jeff.
Yeah, I mean, I think anywhere. I think just New York is to be too much people around, and I refuse to believe there are any less rude than people in London. So
Well, the reputation says they're much more rude, but I don't know whether
Yeah.
that's true.
See,
I'm
not going.
London's pretty fucking rude.
And if you're from London and you go to New York, it's nice because there's nobody there has any accents.
Yeah, see, I'm going to California for a totally separate reason. I'm going to California because I can build the deck in my backyard and say fuck everyone.
I fucking heard anyone from you speak.
And yeah,
Why are my only choices in America?
Yeah, that's fair.
I have no problem with you picking somewhere in another country that, as long as it has the equivalent properties of New York City or.
Okay, I prefer a city because there are all the things that are available in cities.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
you have
works.
more options.
Oh,
And you-
so you're saying I can pick the town I'm actually going to be moving to? Because that's a small country town.
We're getting too far away from the base question.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just isolated little town versus big city. I think that's the.
Yes, that's the question.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it
So I'll
was
choose
complete
the isolated
isolation.
town I'm actually going to move to.
I would move to right where I'm living now.
Shit, I thought.
No,
I
you're in an
thought Jay, when they
isolated little
said,
town.
Yep, 900 people. That's plenty.
I thought
No,
it
it's
just
not.
meant
Anywhere
complete
where-
isolation. I would take
Wait, you say that's plenty. You complain that you can't get a date. If you lived in a city of 5 million, I bet you could get a date.
I lived in a city of 2 million and didn't get a date, so fuck you.
Shit. Damn.
That's
That's
I'm
not
sure you
enough.
can get a date. I bet all the shops around you sell dates.
We called them figs. And they only came in the form of Newtons.
I don't know. Like, I think, I would pick the isolation thing because, like, I just want my own thing. Like, I don't want a whole bunch of people around saying, "Hey, neighbor, what's up?" I'm like, nope, just go do your fucking thing. Let me sit on my porch. That's about it.
We passed a milestone in our town last week. It's a sad one, but milestone nonetheless. We had our first death from COVID.
Oh,
We've
That's
had
quite
We've
interesting.
had 1,003 in my county.
The fact that it's your first and we're already a year in is actually something very telling. Either you're very isolated or very, very small.
Well,
Or
the town is 900, and we've had a total of, I think, 7 COVID deaths in the county, which is about 30 by 30 miles.
Nice. It sounds like y'all are doing things correctly, which is good.
I haven't had a single COVID death in my suburb.
Well, we all think the key was that we banned picking each other's noses.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably
I
sensible.
have 3 friends who have it right now. Like 3 friends who
That
live
sucks,
in the
Jolie.
city have it at the moment. And my sister and her family just got over it.
One of my vaguely distant mates' wife died yesterday.
Sorry.
Sorry, Dave.
That's okay. So,
Yeah,
vaguely
sorry.
distant mate. Which is interesting. But nonetheless, and again, she was young. With no health, so it's one of those weird things. If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.